California universities make major announcement about vaccines. Will grade schools follow what a doctor says? A Vacaville dad is questioning an officer's actions during his autistic son's arrest. That and more news coming up. Hey everyone, if you haven't heard, this is big news. Both the University of California and CSU systems have announced students, faculty, and staff who plan to return to school this fall will need to be vaccinated. UCSF Dr. Peter Chin Hong says grade schools could be next.
It's definitely going to be next. The writing is on the wall. High schools, schools in general, K-8, etc. They all have a tradition of requiring vaccines, with exemptions, of course, for religious or other grounds. And California has been getting stricter since the measles outbreak at Disneyland. So I think that eventually is going to come down the pike. Of course, there are the hurdles of, again, emergency use authorization, then full clearance from the FDA. But once that's done, I think that will be where things are going to be headed.
All 10 UC and 23 CSU campuses will have to follow the new rule. So far, this is the largest announcement of its kind in American higher education. From worst to first, California is now the state with the lowest infection rate in the country. At one point during the winter surge, California was recording around 40,000 new cases and over 500 deaths daily, well above other states in the U.S. Those numbers are now about 2,300 new cases and 68 deaths per day. Currently, 38 out of the state's 58 counties are in the second least restrictive tier, with Newsom planning to lift most restrictions by June 15th. Sickening is how a Vacaville dad is describing the arrest of his autistic 17-year-old kid, Preston. The boy had apparently gotten into a scuffle with another teen who called the cops.
He was just standing there with his scooter when the police showed up.
In the video, you can see Preston following police instructions when told to sit down. The officer then proceeds to cuff him, but he tries to run away. What the officer did next is what the dad is questioning.
For a child with autism who doesn't like to be touched, that officer felt the need to grab him and throw him to the ground. And then after he had him on the ground, he climbed on top and he punched him in the face.
We understand the video on social media is very difficult to watch. When responding to a 911 call regarding a potential stabbing or an assault with a deadly weapon, officers were unaware at that time that this male suspect was a special needs individual.
Not all cops are bad, but there are bad apples in every bunch. And the behavior that I saw in that video is disturbing, it's sickening, and it should never have happened.
Preston did receive a citation for resisting arrest. The officer involved is being investigated. Shifting gears, if you love Tom Hanks and have always wanted to live in a boat, the stars have aligned for you, my friend. Tom Hanks' old home boat in Alameda is up for sale. He lived there for 3 years when he was 17 with his mom and stepdad. The price? $675,000. Hanks, by the way, was born in Concord, in case you didn't know. Well, who knows, he might stop by and pay you a visit. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye.